Bloomington's transportation plan was adopted in 2019 and includes more than 30 projects ranging from corridor studies and multi-use pathways to greenways. One underway is the Hawthorne Greenway. Benta Boutier has this story.
The Hawthorne Weatherstone Greenway is one of 9 greenway projects in the transportation plan and is currently open for public comment. It's meant to create a safer north-south connection between IU's campus and neighborhoods south of Hillside by installing traffic calming structures. The goal is to get people to drive around 15 miles per hour in neighborhoods. The city has held 3 public meetings on the project. The latest one was in December, when Weatherstone resident Jeremy Seat spoke. He favors pedestrian and bicycle-friendly efforts. He sees this project as a step in that direction. Seek says his family has benefited from other greenways in the area.
We very much look forward to this Hawthorne Greenway. It'll be a fantastic way for the kids to get to campus. And what I'm really appreciating about it is that I'll feel a lot safer about my kids walking or biking to campus along those greenways.
But Philip Sutton's lived on Hawthorne for nearly 50 years and questions the need for the project. He says there's not much bike or car traffic in the area, just mostly people walking dogs. He's okay with the plan to add a pathway at the woods at the end of Weatherstone on the greenway's south side.
Go ahead and put the thing at the end, go ahead and pave the street, but don't do major reconstruction of bump outs and things.
Beth Rosenberger, the city's assistant director for planning and transportation, says the city doesn't want to wait for an accident to happen to make it safer to walk or bike in the area. Because the road is relatively low volume, it makes it a good option for a neighborhood greenway.
It doesn't impact driving a lot, but what it does is it improves walking and bicycling for sure. So it improves walking and bicycling by providing this reliable corridor for people to use where they will feel safer and more comfortable, and they will objectively be safer using that.
We asked Rosenberger to join us on East Allen Street to explain how some already existing traffic calming structures function. She says they help create a more sustainable network.
They are sort of a tool. People tend to funnel toward them and use them to make major connections across town.
There's evidence to back up its potential benefits. Before a greenway was installed on East Allen Street, about 35% of vehicles drove 15 miles per hour. After a greenway was installed, that jumped to 77%. Bike ridership on that area increased too. Michael Buriidi is a professor of urban planning at Ball State. He says community buy-in on a project can take time that planners and politicians don't always have, which creates friction. He says greenways are a city planning tool that's here to stay because of environmental necessity.
What communities are doing is trying to adopt ways that would decrease the greenhouse impact that we all contribute to. And so the transportation network and planning that is implemented is one way to affect our impact on the environment.
This greenway isn't set in stone. The process for approving transit projects is under revision, and the Planning and Transit Department is still reviewing feedback. Sutton says when he attended the public meetings on the project, it sounded as if the plan was final. He wishes the city had spoken with people in the area before holding community meetings.
They really should talk to people before they do major plans.
But he acknowledges they did take some feedback, removing curb bump outs from some areas. Other greenways are also in the works, including the Beeline connection and West Allen neighborhood greenways set for construction this year. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Benta Boutier.
Rosenberger says creating greenways is more affordable than sidewalks. The greenway would cost between $200,000 and $400,000, while sidewalks cost $2 million per mile.